Hello, my fellow future and curious little rats out there. Welcome back to the Lab Rat channel. I'm Squee. This week I am talking about stool. Good old crap. Yep. One of the many things we get to deal with in the lab. And just like with urines, the main specimen collection container, the specimen cup. Sterile specimen cup, not mason jars, not leftover containers, not Ziploc bags, not the butter container, cookie containers. Seen a lunchbox go through that had it. Oh yes, just like with urine, people bring in stool in all sorts of fun and interesting containers. Not acceptable. Please, the cup. Ask for the cup. If your clinic doesn't give you a cup when they order a stool specimen on you, go to your local hospital, to the lab, show them your orders, and they will give you the proper collection kit. There's many things that we run on stool samples. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with C. diff, which we can only run that on liquid unformed stools. If it has any form to it, we're rejecting it. It does not meet the criteria to be running for a C. diff test. So if it's diarrhea, yes. If it's formed, no. Pretty simple. This is one of those many things that nurses and doctors continuously get wrong. They send us a fully formed specimen. When we call to let them know we're rejecting this, it's formed, doesn't meet the criteria, they have a fit. There's a simple tool out there. You can find it on the internet. It's called the Bristol Score. It ranges 1 through 7. We only accept specimens for C. diff that run in the ranges of 5 to 7. 1 to 4, it's getting rejected. Pretty simple. There are many other things that are done on stool specimens. There's ovum parasites, which the lab will pull off sample from what we receive and put it in the proper containers. There's stool cultures, which again, we will pull off a specimen, put it in the proper container to run the culture. All we need is stool in the magic little cup, as I've been calling it recently. I've started referring to it like that even at work. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. One of the other things that we do off of stool specimen is what is called Fecal Occult or Hemoccult Fit Kit. What it's doing is all those names are just a basic rundown of all the different kits that are out there that can be used to check the stool for blood. That's the hemoccult part of it. A lot of places still use the cards. The FDA doesn't like us using cards. Why they just haven't banned them, I don't know. The reason they don't like us using the cards is because what we're doing is we're smearing a little bit of stool on it, waiting for it to dry 5 to 10 minutes, and then there's a developer that we put on the opposite side of the card. If the paper turns blue, there's blood in it. If it stays white, there's no blood in it. Really simple. Why the FDA doesn't like us using it is because it's real prone to false positives due to the people that are reading the test. Most of these false positives are caused by none other than nurses who think that the wet paper is blue. I'm sorry, one of the things we have to go through when we work in the lab is color chart to make sure that our eyes see proper color. This is why. The hemoccult stuff, we have to be able to tell the difference between blue paper and wet paper, and then there's the other tests like your Urine Hcg Test, which you're looking for 1 or 2 lines. Is it just the control line, or is there a positive line? FYI, for those of you that like to come to the ER to get a positive pregnancy test, it's not going to be any different than the one that you can buy at the store, literally. They are the same thing. You just pay more for them if you go to the hospital than going to the dollar store and getting a pregnancy kit there. Save us all the time and hassle. If you think you're pregnant, take the test at home. If it shows up positive, make an appointment with your local doctor. Whether it's an OBGYN or your primary care, whatever. Just make an appointment with your doctor and they will take it from there to do all the proper testing that needs to be done. Anyways, back to stool. Please stop sending us the solid specimens for C. diff. We're gonna reject them. It's gonna piss you off. Save us all the trouble. Don't send us the solid samples. We want the liquid. We'll take care of the rest of the stuff. If you're a nurse and you have questions, ask. We go to school for this. We don't go to school for stuff on your end, but we go to the school for stuff in the lab. We know what the lab needs. We know what the specimens need to be. Call us and ask us if you have questions. There are so many nurses out there that, from what I've discovered, are afraid to ask questions because of the age-old back and forth, lab hates nursing, nursing hates lab. That's really not the situation. I'll get into that in a different video. But just call and ask. Any questions about any specimens, call us and ask us. If you're a person at home and your physician puts in a bunch of orders and you have questions, call and ask the people at your local lab, which is where your stuff's going to be going to anyways. They know what they need. Don't be afraid to ask. We like it when people ask us questions. We like to educate you on the proper ways of doing it so that you only have to collect it once instead of multiple times. So yes, remember, for urines and stools both, collection, the magical cup. It'll have the orange lid or blue lid or a white lid. No little Dixie cups, no solo cups, none of the other stuff I already mentioned. We want this, nothing else. So may you have a wonderful week because you choose to have a wonderful week. And remember, without the lab, the doctor's just guessing.